the splendid name of Jesus. Do you know him? Do you really know him? Do you know him? Do you get along sometime and just say, Jesus? Jesus, 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 sweet Jesus. Does he ever touch you when you're walking across the living room? Just when you think you're going to lay down at night, something gets a hold of you. And you take off like electricity across the bedroom. Come on, is there anybody in the choir know what I'm talking about? Is there anybody in the choir? Has he ever made a way where there was no way? Has he ever got you up in the morning and kissed you on your forehead and blessed you mighty? Is there anybody here that knows he's a healer? Is there anybody here that knows he's a deliverer? Is there anybody here? Do you know him? Do you know him? I've come here tonight to give honor to Elder Tommy Jones and to greet you in the precious name of Jesus. Forgive me if I'm getting a little preachy. I apologize, but I feel something sweet in the house. Latricia, I know that there are barriers in America that somehow, to this day, keep us apart. But when we get home, would you take me by the hand and teach me how to dance like that? When we get home, in the sweet by and by, when we step over on that other shore, and none of this holds us back. And it's brother to brother, sister to sister. All a part of God's great big family. I can't wait for that day. when culture nor color separates us anymore. I have a dream. I stole it from Uncle King, but I have a dream. He said, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? These preachers already know where I'm going. They've been in it a long time. They've heard it so many times before. The scholars have come into agreement that he was not crying out to the Father, but he was starting the 22nd Psalm, which was a psalm of lamentation, a psalm, they called it the Psalm of the Redeemer. And it starts out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? David wrote that psalm, and because he was king, he made it a command that all of Israel memorize it. They do it like we know Amazing Grace. So when he cried out on the cross, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Every Jew in earshot knew he was starting a song. It's verse 4 or 5. It says, I am but a worm. And if you look at it in the Hebrew, it means crimson grub. And the crimson grub lived predominantly in the Jerusalem area. And this was a grub worm that crawled up the tree when it was about to give birth, put itself in a death grip, delivered all of its eggs beneath its body between it and the tree, and spilled a crimson color over its offspring and died in the process. Died on a tree. He said, I am but a worm. And then if you go later on in Psalm 22, if you go later on, it says, dogs have compassed about me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I think as the Jews were standing at the foot of the cross, helping him sing along, at one point, the revelation came. Oh my God, he's the song. There is a thin veil that exists between spirit-filled music and heaven. And I've come to get as close as I can, because all I want to see you and your Holy Spirit. There's not a Christian in this room that doesn't know what weariness is all about. Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take this much time. Forgive me. I don't mean to be disrespectful of the pulpit. Tommy, you know I love you. But there's not a Christian in this place, and there's not a preacher in this house that doesn't know what weariness is all about. Hell is trying to shut the church down. If there was ever a time that the body needed to know what the song was all about, now is the time. I'm going to quit. Forgive me. I give honor to this house. I give honor to the local pastor. I give honor to all these men of God. I know I need to shut up and sit down, but I feel like Jesus is in the house. And I feel like if we